Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Warplan Orange as the Allies in 1926 with no Washington Naval Treaty, so we have some scary ships running around. It is the 23rd of August in-game. I'm refamiliarizing myself with where we were at. It's been a little bit since I last recorded. Double checking a few things, seeing what convoys we have coming from where they're going to. This was the convoy that dropped off a bunch of troops and paper and our tankers. No, not to click on this. Reason clicking on Pearl Harbor freaks it out. South Dakota and the Missouri are in good condition. What was it? 2 task force. See the ships at anchor. There we go. Rid of our auxiliaries and transports. What by type, battleship wise, we have the Missouri, Boulder, and we have the South Dakota, which didn't. Might load up the South Dakota and move it to Midway as I back up. There's decent. Yeah, I'll leave her as kind of a backup. Oh, we can do the Missouri too. Send the Missouri and the South Dakota as backup ships. It's not that important yet. Lexington, as soon as she finishes, I want to get her up and running and join her with the rest of the battle cruisers. We have plenty of destroyers in for various exports. Transport wide. Tankers with fuel. Tankers with fuel. Tankers with fuel. U.S. Marine, which they are on cargo status idle. They're standing by. We have our various combat ships, tankers that are unloading. This is a very busy port right now. Our replenishment convoy, Langley. Sitting at 4. Have second replenishment convoy. AD destroyer tender. I'm trying to remember what an AD was. There are 2 destroyer tenders. From that, we have our carrier-borne fighters. They are on sweep, no fatigue. Our naval bombers, in particular, these are O2Us, 230-pound bombs. Level bombers, right? Yeah, they're not dive bombers. Dive bombers are kind of advanced. So we have all 3, but there are no planes in any of them because they're all being put together after being unboxed. I might swap out the fighter for one of the bomber squadrons on the Langley and use the Langley as air cover for the battle fleet as it approaches Wake. ASW patrol, that seems reasonable. set the second one for naval attack. Like that. Then the bomber squadron, very good one. Set them for naval attack as well. And then we have our patrol. Ah, I don't need naval search. Actually, considering her extended range, on these is actually really good. Yeah, we'll just leave these patrol boats or patrol aircraft on naval search. Now, for the Langley, oh, actually, we have a bunch of fighters. Thought we had 2 squadrons of bombers. A squadron of fighters, a squadron of bombers, and a squadron of torpedo bombers. And what we have is an oversized squadron of fighters, a squadron of torpedoes. Which we'll probably want to swap out the torpedoes for bombers. And that will be the Langley that heads to Wake. Actually, everyone's heading out. Where is the carrier? Langley is already set up. Alright, we're heading out with torpedo bombers then. We'll deal with that. I know I've done all this, I'm just refamiliarizing right now. No fuel. We have the battle cruisers. I'm gonna hit this chain as well. Where is our transport? Did we get here with the troops already? Yeah, 2nd and 3rd New Zealand brigades. Still unloading. We'll give them a little bit before we load them back up into transports. Not too worried about Australia. This situation, we have new artillery coming in. Have the Sparrow Force, hasn't begun movement yet. Neither has the 1st Indian, neither has the mountain artillery. They're all moving in. These are all set to bombardment. Leave that. And then we have the base force sitting here in a defensive stance holding Davao. Dreadnoughts replenishing. Not that I think this is a big enough port. It might be. No fuel. Has enough supplies. We sent a fueling convoy? Unloading supplies here in Yangas. Actually, now that the troops are unloaded, I think we'll cancel that and unload the rest in Davao. Then they'll return to Singapore. Then we have these transports headed back to Cebu Island for reasons unbeknownst to me. I'm going to send them back to Singapore, actually. Yeah, we'll send them back to Singapore. I have no escorts for these tankers. I do have some destroyers here in Singapore. So let's get 2 destroyers. Send them to Lickpan. No retirement. Then we have some more fuel over here. We'll form another group. 2 more destroyers and send them to the other. No retirement, set home base, Brunei. Brunei? Oh, I set the home base. I want the destination to be Brunei. There we go. Get those tankers escorted. Future ops. 1 submarine out here. I think I'll finally get it up and moving. Sub patrol. Colombo. Has a decently long range. Send it to Singapore direct. From there, we could probably send it direct to Hong Kong, but I'm going to send it to Singapore. And then we'll move from there. Oh yeah, lots of fuel in Diamond Harbor. Submarine wise, we have most of our screens set up. Oops. No, I'm not trying to click on another one. One's got decent range. Here's a shorter ranged one. Grab this one and have them patrol. And if we have another short range one, we do. Send it there. Plug the holes in our screen. Quite a big group of submarines out here. Send this one up to Port Arthur if I can. I think that's everything I want to do for this round. Been a little bit of a delay, but it was also refamiliarizing where we're at. There's our bombardment. Unfavorable for us. About to bring in more artillery though. That and the Japanese have to be running out of supplies there. Ah yes. Reinforcement schedule. Have new aircraft arriving in 21 days. West Coast. Nothing too fancy. Ship-wise, we have Argus showing up in 7 days, Hermes in 3 weeks, and ground-wise, 3 weeks we have new divisions showing up everywhere. We'll get some Indian brigades, 2 different locations. We'll get an Indian division in Jorhat. We'll get a US division in San Diego. And a UK infantry brigade in Bachi. Not bad, actually. Quite a bit. That'll help us prosecute the war. Check on the Lexington at 2. Their massive fleet. 2nd US Marines rolling out. They're missing 1 group. We'll see what ships we have here. A couple transport groups. Three transports, 4 transports. This one's better escorted, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cancel the unload, even though it's fuel. I'm going to load left of the 2nd US Marine Brigade. And they will be set to go to wake with the rest of the fleet. No retirement. And we do not need to load supplies. Only troops, please. Our aircraft groups, no readied. And I think one of the replenishment groups we should send out. I think we'll do this one, and they'll stage 4 hexes. Speaking of, let's take a look at the carrier. Don't want them directly on wake. Stand by 1 hex east. Who else is in the vanguard? 3 battleship groups and the battle cruisers. I have the slower battleship groups, 4 of them. I have the heavy cruiser group with the transports. We'll actually set them looks like they're already set to fall. Perfect. We're going to grab our battle cruiser, Lexington. Give her a pair of destroyers. No retirement. No reaction. Set the home base for Midway. I'm going to set them to meet up at Wake Island. Meanwhile, what do we have over here? Set them up. Oh, we can do true transport. 12 aircraft are ready. We transfer them. Not really. It'd be nice to fly them out to Midway, but I think we have to transport them. Let's see, what can we do transport-wise? Grab the Chicago. Anthony and the Long. Then we'll grab. Do we have any of the faster transports? Just here's replenishment ship. Pick the Diamond Head. They will load only troops. I don't want to bring in a bunch of supplies. And actually, there they are. Pick the full group 2. They will load. We'll send them to Midway. Meanwhile, I'll also grab I actually want to form the group. Let's see what would be the appropriate air transport. Probably not, actually. Oh, actually, it does show up. Here we go, have the Aerostuke. Grab. Nope, not the long. Spoken for. Grab the Kennedy and JF Burns. I cannot load her with transports. Oh, what we should do is grab a slow transport, Ghost Farmer, load her full of supplies. Then, no retirement, do not unload, send them to, think they can get to Laysan Island. Then, we want to transfer to base, get the French frigate shoal, we cannot get to Laysan. Yeah, cannot transfer. Select on map. Cannot transfer. May actually want to grab our other one from San Diego. Grab the Gannet. Slow transport. Load them up with not unload, no retirement. Send them to Pearl Harbor. There we go. No additional fuel. Still unloading. We have this tanker coming with 12,000. Should reach next turn. Moving up to Mindanao. Now have Philippine Reserve Division, Armored, Indian, Field Artillery Divisions. Set to bombard, and quickly are they? Okay, it'll take 4 days to get over there. Ones are unloading the rest of the supplies. Java. Explorers heading out. first Burmese rifles headed for Manila. New ships headed for Singapore. Alright, everything looking good. Losing a little bit of our screen on the far end. Let's grab our longer range submarine, send them out. Plug the gap. There we go. Next turn. Looks like we're seeing Japanese transports still wandering around Midway. Our stronger bombardment. Very favorable now. And now here we are in the 25th of August. Battlecruiser headed out. Tankers headed in various directions. Looks like we have a little bit. Johnson and Kentucky. Newest ships. Gotten a little bit ahead, so I think we'll send them after transport. Support with Mexico. And the rest of the group will head for Wake. Now have fuel and mechanization. There we go. Rained it. It'll take a while to get all the fuel off those tankers. Transport. Ahead. See. New group. Grab the Swan. Yeah, we'll just grab the two. I didn't do it that way, but how I chose. Grab the transport group. One's in better condition, so we grab the destroyers. Yara. Start loading troops. Part of the Third New Zealand Infantry Brigade. And the second 3 light cruisers, combat group. There has been 2 destroyers that I want to get out of there. Form a new group, surface combat, cargo, and the Anzac. No retirement. We'll set them over back in Atoll. They're going to escort the transports back to New Zealand, grab the rest of those brigades. Maybe I should just send them. A little bit thirsty. Send them back in Atoll as intended. No retirement. Now our groups, quarter of the way there, a little bit more with the mountain. I think we'll set their mission to bombardment. Send them over to go poke at the Japanese troops over here. Haven't quite arrived in Singapore. Shores are split up. Nothing else I can think of that I want to do quite at the moment. Time to move ahead. Ah, they have intercepted the transports. 6,000 yards, night combat. 5,000 yards, so they're closing. I didn't catch the message, but I assume the Japanese fleet is scattering. Ah, got the Kagero. Ooh, severely damaged now as well, which is ideal. For destroyers, this is a destroyer-on-destroyer combat, close range, at night. Not sure which group this is. Doing very well against their Japanese counterparts. Managed to torpedo one of the Japanese destroyers. Follow up. Japanese surprising us this time. Got a good hit on the Schley. Turning fire. The Kashiwa is not doing well now. Combat is opening up now. 4,000 yards and they break off. Favorable exchange, so that's back at Midway, which is why we didn't see it. Ishii trying to find our sub. usual, not very successful at night. Follow-up raid. The Wisconsin. And the Kentucky. Oh, nice, and one of them was a tanker. And another follow-up raid. 25,000 yards. The heck of a range. Wisconsin and Kentucky taking on 2 Japanese task forces. Not that they're serious task forces. And it's opening up. I expect the Kagero to successfully disengage here soon. Our usual bombardment. Oh no, that's the naval bombardment. Oh yeah, very favorable. Movement. I don't see our ground. Ah, there it is. Favorable, but not as stunning as the other one. The naval bombardment. And here we are, 26th of August. Let's see. ASW group, definitely taking some damage. Going to transfer them out, so. Surface group, Champlin and the Schley will disband. Why can I not disband you? Because it's midway. I have the destroyer tender there, but these ones have taken enough damage. I'm going to send them back to Pearl. Get some dry dock time. Okay, and we'll send these battleships to the east. Send the rest. Go catch up with the rest of the fleet. I think we'll stage here off of Wake Island. One day's travel away. The replenishment ships staying 2 hexes further. Marines, I want to go into the danger zone. Means I need to reset these ones. I want to manage this time. Our supply level, like. Just fine. Mac and Atoll. Then we have fuel again. Take our surface combat group. Replenish again. Left. Hey, there is. Our group that is escorted. Replenish them as well. We'll load troops. How many supplies do we have? Ooh, not many. We'll load only troops. Back in Atoll, the home base for all the perfect, including the tanker apparently. Tourists have headed out. These destroyers have almost arrived. We have the Dreadnought, which has shifted to surface combat. We have plenty of ammo. I'm going to set them to bombard again. Almost complete for the unloading. Relief forces are making steady progress. Hey, the 1st Indian Division made good progress this last day. Faster than expected. Ah, and here comes the Dutch coastal ships. And our Singapore transport. Who do we have here who's a partial? 2nd Burmese Rifles. Second Burmese Rifle. In Taiping. What are you guys doing up there? They're moving down. The ones who have been moving down. If I can take anybody else, I need rifles on the ground. I'm gonna bring the melee brigade. And the Indian brigade. That shouldn't be too much. We'll send them to Manila. Nothing else that I'm concerned about right now, so much as I would like to generate one more turn, we're going to have a lot of management afterwards. I'm going to leave it right here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Please leave me a comment below, and I will catch you next time. Take care.